Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Good. Thank you for coming in today. What brings you in to therapy?
Well, I've been on the subway. I've been getting really stressed lately. I find that my subway rides are really stressful and unpleasant, and it's getting to be too much.
Okay. So it sounds like you're having issues with the subway, a lot of stress. Are you feeling any anxiety about the subway?
Yeah, when I'm on the subway, there's just so many people.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be. People are moving around. People are. I kind of can't find my place, so it becomes very stressful.
So there's a lot of feeling of stress, anxiety, and can you think of a recent event where you were on the subway and you had these feelings?
Well, yeah, I was. Maybe about a year ago, I was on the train on my way home, and this man, he taps me, and he says, "I know you." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know you, sir. I don't know who you are." Then I just mind my business. At first, I thought, well, maybe I do know this person. I was reading a book or something. And then he taps my knee again with the newspaper again, and he's like, "I know what you did," and I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know you." So then I'm like, "Okay, what's the problem?" And then I noticed that he gets up and he kicks me, and he kicks me. It didn't hurt or anything, but it's more like, "Yo, you don't do that to people. That's not appropriate. That's not I shouldn't be getting kicked on the train."
Yeah, it's really disrespectful of your space.
I mean, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
To say the least. So I got up. I was really angry. I yelled at him, and but I was like, let me get out of here. I don't know what this person's state of mind is. I thought it would be best for me to leave. I felt, like I said, I yelled at him. I kind of tried to make a scene for him to know that what he was doing wasn't all right, and to for me not to feel like it just didn't feel good. So.
Right, and it's great, it's great that you didn't actually try to hurt him, and you just kind of expressed yourself, and then it sounded like you kind of let the situation be.
Yeah, I mean, I left the train, and I tried to say something to the conductor because it's just not right, and but I just left it at that.
All right, so this sounds like a really traumatic experience that you had on the subway. I'm really sorry that happened to you.
It's fine. Things happen.
Yeah, about the subway, it's hard because it's a very small space and there's a lot of people combined in a small space.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you identify some feelings that you had or some emotions that you experienced? Maybe now when you're on the subway or during that event?
When that happened to me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some emotions. Just lots of anger when that happened to me. I was very angry, and I was just trying to figure out, what to do.
Okay. Do you continue to feel angry now when you're on the subway?
I only get, I would say it doesn't reach that level, but I get very frustrated, and it might reach that level if there's too many things going on, if people aren't respectful of each other, if people just don't have common courtesy when they're on the train.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happens now.
So it sounds like to you that you have this belief that the subway is really stressful, right?
Yeah, that's so far. Yeah, that's how I've been feeling. It's just a stressful place. I'd like to not be stressed out around taking the subway.
Okay. So, and as a result, it's caused emotions of fear, and it's caused is there a feeling of helplessness that you feel in the subway a little bit?
I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't want to get to that place of helplessness. So there's lots of things that I would do to not feel helpless, because I don't want to feel helpless.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and what behaviors do you do when you're on the subway to try to reduce the stress?
Well, what I've been doing that works for me is, I move to the ends of the train if possible. So when the train's pulling into the station, I see, I kind of make sure that whatever train car I'm going in, like if there's no one standing by the end of the train, I go to the end of the train, or if there's someone sort of blocking the way to the end of the train, like where the door is, but I could go there, I'll say excuse me, and I'll go to that spot. That's usually what works for me.
Okay, so is that working for you? Because sometimes a train will come and you're running down the stairs and you don't have the opportunity to get either to the ends of the subway. Does that work? Like, is this coping mechanism, is this working for you?
Most of the time it works, and most of the time it works, and then I'll know, or sometimes I won't get on a particular train if I'm like on one of the number trains and I know that there's a train coming in like 3 minutes. I'll just wait for the next train.
Okay. Do you ever have to watch train go by until you feel safe?
No, I haven't. I haven't done that.
Okay.
I haven't done that. If the train is too packed, I'd rather just not get on it sometimes. So I'm willing to, if it's like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm willing to wait. But I'm also not going to wait there forever.
Okay. Do you ever avoid taking the train?
I avoid taking the train if I can during rush hour. If I can help it, I try to not take the train during rush hour so as to not be stressed out around that. But sometimes that's unavoidable. You can't help it.
Right. I know that you're working, and getting to work on time can sometimes be an issue. If you're trying to, if you're waiting for trains to go by, that can really affect your ability to get to work, or even maybe to get to work or get home at the end of the day. Does that happen to you?
Not really.
Okay.
I think that what happens is that just when I'm on the train, it just can be an unpleasant experience. It can be very stressful. So for that 30-minute ride, 40-minute ride, it becomes stressful. And sometimes I feel like I if it's also like right now it's been humid.
Yeah.
So I also feel like I can't even breathe.
Mm.
So sometimes it's really stressful, and I need to almost get out of the train.
So the stress that is causing that you feel when you're on the subway is causing you to go to the back of the train, or is causing maybe feelings like you said before of anger, is causing you to find the subway to be a very unpleasant experience.
For the most part, yes.
Okay, all right. And it sounds like, even though, and at times it can really affect your ability to like get from place A to place B.
It well, like I said, it makes my ride very unpleasant.
Yeah.
I get really stressed out.
Right.
I just don't wanna feel that way.
Right.
I can't avoid taking the train sometimes, but when I do have to take it, I have to take it every day.
Right.
So I'd like to not have to be stressed when that's happening. I don't like feeling that way. It's too much.
Right. So it sounds like it's really affecting you, and it sounds like it's really affecting your ability to ride the subway and have a positive experience. What's cool about the subway is it takes you from place A to B very fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's relatively cheap, and that's what's amazing about the invention of the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to find that a negative experience is really impacting your ability to get impacting your ability to function in the subway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of a time, like a recent time, when you took the subway and you had a really positive experience?
Well, Sure. Like maybe a couple of nights ago, I was coming home from work, and there was a crowded A train, and I decided not to take that train. I just took the C train instead, the local train, and that was just a lot better. Sure, it took me longer, but it was just fine. I was able to sit down. There's less people on the train. I think the C trains just are more spacious, just how they're set up.
Yeah.
And so it just overall was just much more just pleasant.
Okay, but even though you had to wait for the C train to come, and also the C train is local and the A train is express, correct?
Yeah.
So it took you longer to get home, correct?
Yeah, it took me longer to get home.
So that's like it sounds like it's really inconveniencing you.
It's, in a way, yeah, sure, it's inconveniencing me, but at the same time, I prefer that over having to, push myself into a crowded train.
Okay, all right. And can you, what percentage do you believe that the subway is stressful? So 100% believing that it's like extraordinarily stressful, it's like the worst place to be, to 0 where it's like not stressful at all.
Well, I mean, it's probably like a 60.
Okay.
You know?
That's pretty stressful though.
It's more than half.
Yeah.
I mean, I spend a lot of time. I rely on the subway a lot.
Right.
Not just to get to work, but to see friends, to just function in the city. I rely, so I'm on the subway a lot.
Okay. And how did you get here?
I took the train. Yeah.
Okay. And what was that like for you?
It was fine. Like there, it wasn't rush hour. I was able to get a seat.
Okay, awesome.
It was okay.
And if you took the subway, and then yesterday, did you take the subway?
I did.
And what was that like for you?
It was also fine. It was okay.
Okay, so it sounds like yesterday, today. What about the day before that?
I think the other day was a little bit more stressful.
Okay.
I was on the train during rush hour, so it was a little bit more stressful.
Okay, but it wasn't like if you wanted to rate it from a 1 to 10, 10 being the most stressful, 0 being the least, how would you rate it?
I would say that time it was maybe like a 5, a 4.
Okay, so maybe a 4 is less than like having, it's only 40% compared to 100%.
Yeah.
So relatively it wasn't that stressful.
No.
Okay. And did you grow up here? When did you start taking the subway?
Well, I think I started taking the subway like maybe 11 years ago, 10 years ago.
Okay. And so that would say you've taken it like 1,000 times.
Sure,
hypothetically.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe even 500 times. Okay. So let's say you've taken it 500 times. Was every time you've taken the subway, was it stressful?
No.
Okay.
No, it hasn't been.
All right. And so it's just that one event, one time out of 500, let's say hypothetically, that you had like an extraordinarily stressful event on the subway.
That was the most stressful event. I've seen other things happen on the subway that have been stressful, but that one is pretty high up there.
Right. Okay. All right. So out of all those events, that was the most stressful. So really, it was like 1 out of 500 that, like mathematically, that can have caused something to be stressful, causing you to take the subway to be stressful. Okay. Cool. So now, how stressful do you find the subway? Like, what percentage do you believe now that the subway is stressful?
I mean, if I think about it, it's still a stressful place, but I'd say like maybe 40%.
Okay.
It's.
Okay. Awesome. What do you like to do to calm yourself down? When you're really stressed or you're in like a high pressure situation or you're uncomfortable, what do you like to do to relax yourself?
In general?
Yeah, just in general.
Well, what I'll do is I'll just take deep breaths.
That's
and I'll
awesome.
focus on, I try to just really focus on taking a deep breath, and, I think I've gotten better at it. I can still, work on it, but I think that's something I try to do.
Okay. Are you a music person?
I am. I like music.
Awesome.
I do like music.
Do you find that relaxing to you?
I do. I like listening to music, yeah.
Okay. could that be, when the next time you take the subway, maybe, to go home today or whenever, can you listen to music and do some deep breathing in order to make that less stressful for you?
Yeah, I think actually I should probably upload more songs to my little music player and my phone. And
so maybe for homework, what I want you to do is I want you to go home and upload some songs. Don't spend too much money, but just or too much time, but some songs that you can use specifically to listen to when you're on the subway that can calm you down. Also, if you can, before you go to bed, I want you to lie in bed for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and do some deep breathing. And imagine the subway not being a stressful event. Is that something that you can do?
I could try those things, sure.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming in today. It was really great to meet you.
Thank you.